The Wash Allen Show. Now, here's your host, Wash Allen.
Here we are at the Scape Center, everybody. And of course, you know, this is another great big year. I have Joan Schnitzer here, Levy, but I'm surrounded by all of her friends here. And this guy here, he's an unknown character. His name could be Jerry, or you could be a Jones. I don't know. Which one are you?
Jerome Jones.
Jerry Jones, everybody. It's so nice for you to be here with us.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here and be here with Joan Levy and for this cause.
Yeah.
And you know, it crosses all areas and is throughout the NFL. And anytime we can cut down on this abuse on these children, well, we want to be a part of that. It's great to be in Houston.
Hey man, we're so happy to have you. You know, I'm gonna meet your other friends here, but I want to ask you another question. Can you hold on for just a second?
Sure.
All right, can I break it up here? This is Joan Levy right here. How are you?
I'm very fine.
So you have a lot of great friends here.
I'm a very lucky lady.
Like this special lady here. What is your name?
And I'm Jean Jones.
You're the Mrs. Jones, right?
I'm married to Jerry.
Okay.
And Joan is a dear, wonderful friend of mine. We're here for her tonight.
Well, hey, she brings, when this place is open for this affair, she brings some of the most unique people here. So when I walked up, I knew there was somebody special here.
I say that this is a wonderful cause, and that's the main reason we're all here, to help children who cannot help themselves.
I was thinking the other day, I was at home in bed. I say, you know, when Jerry Jones appears, it's like he's the mayor, the president of Dallas, because you represent the city so well because of what you've done sports-wise, but you talk on many areas. How do you feel about being in that category? I mean, when people see you, they think about Dallas, Texas.
Well, that's a compliment. And someone said a long time ago, if someone pays you one, shut up. But seriously, it's such a privilege. It's not me. We know it's sports, it's the Dallas Cowboys, in our case, the great North Texas area that we come from. But boy, when you get to a little bit be an ambassador of something like sports, something like 50 years of the Dallas Cowboys, and no matter where you go over the country, and you can transcend so many things. It goes over into Salvation Army, it goes over into other disciplines, and just shows you the role of sports, and it's an honor to get to be a little part of it.
Well, we're sure is glad to have you here with us at the fabulous affair that we have every year at the Scape Center. So you got to come back more often.
Well, I do, and of course I used to be in out of Houston all the time before my Cowboy days. But yes, when we can do something to help as many people as we are right here, I'll walk from Dallas.
Thank you. Thank you. Jerry Jones, everybody. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
And I have a special young lady here with us, Miss Goldie Hawn. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You know, this event dealing with spiritualism, science, and all of those things together, you're the perfect being to talk to. So how do you feel about all this tonight?
Well, I think it's an important discussion to have, and I think we should continue to have it. I think that obviously faith and belief and so forth are very important, but I don't think that we need to stop our growth and our evolution as human beings and stop thinking about other potential and possibilities. So it's nice to sort of merge the two. There's a lot of questions we have, and actually faith has nothing to do with it.
Well, that's really great. You know, you've come such a long way in your career. A lot of us remember you when you were almost a little baby, sugar baby.
I was little.
So, and that growth sort of exudes and shows itself. So your family and all of you guys are doing very well?
They are. They're doing awesome, and they really are a great sort of extension of our love, you know.
I have one show question to ask you.
Sure.
How does it feel to be a superstar and then all of a sudden to have a daughter to come up and start, you know, just everywhere, pictures everywhere, doing everything, has her own ideas, talking with sense? How does
Talking with sense.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. It makes me feel good, you know. I mean, that's what I raised her to do. And the fact that I had one daughter and she actually succeeded in this industry and is succeeding is just a blessing. So it really is, it's pretty awesome, actually. I've got actually 4 children, and they're all equally as brilliant. And they're very gifted. I have one Buddhist scholar, one hockey player. He's a great goaltender. He's playing for Chicago right now.
Okay.
And I have a son who's an actor and a poet. And I have a beautiful daughter who happens to be a movie star right now. But as human beings, and it's really how I look at my children, they've succeeded and beyond my dreams, really.
So if you lost some of your fortunes and stuff, you could still live pretty good, right?
I could still be happy.
That's great.
I couldn't live as well, but I'd still be happy.
Oh, they would give it to you, just
Oh,
like you
mean
gave it
from
to
them.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Generosity, there's not a short of that in our family.
Hey, look, I want to thank you for talking to me. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks.
And you stay cool, calm, and collective as you are.
I will.
Yeah, are you going to make any more movies?
Yeah, I'm working on one now.
Good. I want to see that one. Thank you very
Okay.
much. And there you have it, everybody. Miss Goldie Hawn right here on Wash Islands in the heart of Houston. Ladies and gentlemen, Wash Island here with this special event for Benihana, and of course the Escape Center is what we're talking about. I have with me, what's your name, ma'am?
My name is Jackie Collins, author of Lovers and Players.
That's for sure. So, how is it that you're here in Houston, Texas now, and all of that? What are you here for?
Because I will do anything for children. I think that abuse against children is one of the worst crimes, and it creates crime in the future. And I think that this wonderful organization, Escape, is well worth flying in for. So I flew in for one day just to be here tonight and give it my support.
I'm telling you, it's so much of a pleasure for us to be with you tonight because you're such a super duper celebrity star.
Thank you very much.
I mean, really. Do you ever write about children in your book? In your books, because
You know,
you had so many subjects.
I have a new book out now called Lovers and Players, as I said, and it is about a dysfunctional billionaire who abuses his 3 sons. So it doesn't just happen in lower income families, it happens in rich families. And I very much based the abuse of these children on stories that were told to me by a lot of actors that I know. When I'm working on my movies and producing a movie, they all tell me their stories. So I know that it's all over the place, and I wanted to write about it a little bit in my book.
Just a couple of things here. Where are you living now? Where do you make your home?
Beverly Hills, California. Love California.
Well, I tell you.
Horizontal says California.
Yes, indeed. You guys gonna get a different pronunciation now since he's been the
Yes.
governor. But I want to thank you again for coming through and saying
My
hello
pleasure,
to-
and I love
How
Benihana. It's my
often-
favorite
Oh,
food.
really?
Ooh, yes, I love it.
How often are you in Houston?
This is the first time I've been here in about 15 years.
Well, you gotta come
Gotta
back.
come back.
You gotta come back more often.
Love Texas, love that hospitality.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
Okay?
Thank you.
Jackie.
Thank
Okay.
you.
The one and only Mr. Tony Curtis, right here at the Escape Center. I want to thank Joan Snitzer for allowing me the opportunity of being with this legend, this out of sight
And I'm
individual.
with the legend. This is Mr. Wash and Dry.
Oh boy! Hey man, it is a pleasure to have you here. And you came all the way here to be with us here at the Escape Center. You feel that the cause is worthy enough for you to be
Oh,
here?
worthy enough, and I'm such an admirer of Joan. She's such a lovely woman. And when she broached me with it, I said, whatever you want to do, any way we can help.
Well, I tell you, she's a treasure for us here in Houston. And it's
Wonderful.
wonderful for guys like yourself because otherwise we wouldn't get a chance to see you. We just see you on TV
it's
and
nice.
movies.
It's really wonderful. You know, service to others is the rent that we pay for this time on this planet. So we must serve. We must help out.
So, there's so many. I don't want to ask any of the regular cliche questions because
Please.
I just want to just get a chance. I'm supposed to just say hello to you and you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
But do you miss? I'm just going to step right into it.
Go ahead.
Do you miss all of those movies that you used to do? I mean, you used to do
absolutely.
several of them all the time.
And I miss the people I worked with. They're all dying.
Yeah.
All these guys and women that I worked with, they were all 8, 10 years older than I, and some were my age. I'm going to be 80 in June.
Whoa, wait now.
Whoa.
Wait now. What? Come on, did you see that? I got Tony Curtis here on my show. Now look, you know, you're right, because when I watch the classics, you know, all Turner Classics.
Yes.
I mean, I sit up and I just watch it, and sometimes even tears come to my eyes.
Yes.
You don't get that kind of stuff today.
No, and Wash, that's the way it'll always be. Don't you see? They were made for that. That 50, 40, 70 years from now, you'll be watching them and cry. You'll be moved by them. Not some of the garbage and junk you see today. Don't even pay attention to that. They're just...
they're going to be forever, don't you think?
Oh, they'll be into perpetuity. They'll play for over and over again. A lot of the movies that they made, you'll never see them again because there'll be no interest in it. But those early movies, oh...
Boy, I tell you, there's something else. Well, before you go, I know, because Joan is wanting me to come over, but do you ever see or talk with any of the folks that you used to do those movies with? You know, like, what's Bogart's wife's name?
Lauren Bacall.
Lauren Bacall. Okay, I'm coming. They're coming. And all. Do you ever talk with any of them?
Oh, yes. But you know, my dear friend Wash, they're getting less and less. They're all dying. They're all out of it. Each year I lose 5, 10 people. You know, I lost 4 this year. And I take it personally. These were people I knew when I was a kid, and they're gone.
Shows you about time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
God bless.
And stay in good shape like you are.
I shall.
Thank you. Tony Curtis, everybody, right here on the Wash Allen Show. And I'm with the man of the hour, Mr. Pat Boone. How are you doing?
Am I the man of the hour?
Yes, you are.
Man, and I'm usually known as the late Pat Boone. Because I'm late everywhere I go.
But you know, I mean, you're such an institution in America and across the world. So it's always a pleasure.
Nice of you to say it. That's better than relic.
Really?
Better than a relic.
But
antique would be another word.
You know, I've talked with Doug several times, and he talks about you. And of course, he just cares for you and talks about you so highly. So I guess he must have begged you, and you just had to come to check him out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He first of all, he calls you 40 times. After a while, you say, I guess I better go, or he's not going to quit calling me.
He'll wear you out.
But besides, he's such a good guy, and he's been doing this for young people and scholarships and golf for many years. I'm going to tell a story tonight about when he had Andy Williams and me and Dean Martin and Phil Harris come down to Atlanta to play in Augusta. We played in Augusta right next to the Masters course. And it was for junior golf, again, scholarships. And we had a ball, and he brought some jalapeno peppers from Texas in his golf bag. And he gave a big old illegal jalapeno pepper to Dean Martin. Say, here, take a bite of it. Dean didn't even bite it. He stuck his tongue to it, and immediately said, give me something to drink, and he had to keep washing it because it was lethal. It was like flame fire coming out of his mouth. Phil Harris, though, took one of these big peppers, chomped about a third of it into his mouth, chewed it, steam coming out his ears, eyes, tears running down, and he says, that's what I like about the South. And he ate the whole thing without drinking I think it was an act of some supreme masochism, I think. He was just showing he could endure torture because it could not have been enjoyable.
That's right. Pat Boone, it's a pleasure seeing you, man.
Well, good to see you.
Everybody, here he is, right here in Houston.
Yep.
So thanks a million.
Here I is.
We'll be watching you tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Tell everybody who you are.
Well, I'm Tammy, and I'm the unsinkable Molly Brown, and I was Good Morning, Good Morning. We danced the whole night through singing in the rain, and tonight I'm here for charity.
As Miss Debbie Reynolds, right?
Oh, I forgot. I'm Debbie Reynolds, another name, yeah.
I guess you've had so many names in your career until sometimes people probably call you those different names, don't they?
Well, some of them are really bad, yeah. Can't say what everybody calls me. But I'm originally from Texas, El Paso.
Really?
And I had an aunt from Houston, and I have an aunt in Dallas, Alice, and Mejia, Amarillo.
So you're a Texan?
I'm a Texan gal.
Man, all this time, I imagine all of you probably never knew that, except the ones that are really star buffs,
Yeah.
But what's going on with you now? I mean, I know you're here at the Escape Center. Joan brings in such special guests for us. I'm always happy of that. But what's happening in your life right now?
Well, I'm very busy. I do my show, a one-woman show, and I travel and I do theater everywhere, civic houses. I'm going to Atlantic City from here, and then I go on to Massachusetts, and then I go to Reno, and then I go everywhere.
Boy. So how does it feel? How is your dancing now?
Well, I try to do as little as I can. I mean, do you want to put me up for Dancing Up with the Stars?
No, I mean, you've done some of everything.
I can still dance. We can do everything to the end, but just not quite as fast.
All right, that's great. Well, it's really a pleasure for us
I'm
to
gonna
be
wash that man right out of my hair. That's your name, isn't it?
That's it.
Wash. You're so cute. He's cute.
Isn't that something? I have David Reynolds saying, "Wash my name." So I'll put this down in my book.
Tell him we had a nice date at Benihani's.
All right.
For charity.
As a matter of fact, let's look like we are having a date. Yes. Thanks a million, Debbie. I really appreciate it. All right. Tom Smothers, how are you?
Fine. How are you, Walsh?
I'm doing just great.
My brother and I have been working now for 48th year now, being the Smothers Brothers. We're the last standing comedy team. People don't do this anymore. So we've been around a long time, and people basically under 45 years old, it's about a 5% recognition. Over 45, most people know who the Smothers Brothers are.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And I'm from that era also. But you guys, you're still. I know you said about the age, about the demographics and all of that, but you guys at one time, you were so big, so hot. That must have been some kind of adrenaline that it still remains in your veins. Am I correct?
Well, I enjoy myself much more than I did. Dick and I both agree we have more fun now than we had when we were the hottest. In the early 60s, we were on fire. We couldn't go anywhere. We'd stay in our hotel room. We were afraid to go out, be recognized. We enjoyed that, but this is, in the latter part of our career, the last 10, 15 years have been very enjoyable. We get a lot of respect. People come say, Mr. Smothers, I sure enjoyed your show when I was just a kid. I was a little kid, and you made a big impression on me when I was growing up, and we like that. And we do about 100 dates a year, still out on the road, performing. There's a center, we work with the symphonies. We do performing arts centers. We work in Las Vegas. So we work just as much as we want to, and it's slowing down. And we figure we're gonna try to make it to our 50th anniversary. It'll be 2 more years, and then probably retire before all of our people. Our fans are coming in on walkers now. And nothing wrong with that. But there's no other, not very many young people.
I talked with Tony Curtis not too long ago, and I talked to him about that, and he said, Wash, all of my people have just gone by. They've gone by the wayside. He said it relatively sadly, but of course, you're not speaking in that term. You're speaking that
we're joyous. We're having a great time, and comedians are a different breed of people. Milton Berle and Henny Youngman and George Burns, they don't retire, and Bob Hope, they don't retire. You go until you just kind of drop.
Yeah, so
comedians don't quit. They don't retire, and then they stay happy. It's necessary.
So when you mentioned the word retirement, I said, what is this guy talking about? Bob Hope never retired, and of course George Burns said he had too much to do before he retired.
Well, Dick and I. It's kind of hard. Duet, working, we're brothers, and he lives in Florida. I live in Northern California. Yeah. We started a winery together. But it gets to the point where the jobs become less frequent. It's economically doesn't make sense. So we don't retire in the sense of we're going to quit being funny. Funny. But I'll always do the yo-yo.
Ow! Wait.
The guy didn't even duck.
I wanted to make that a surprise,
Well, I did surprise you.
When I first, when you were on television, and of course, the Smothers Brothers, they were doing their thing. You were hot and all that. You would come on, and you would start doing the yo-yo. And I mean, that was the most popular thing in those days. I mean, that must have been a blast for you.
It was great. It revitalized capitalize our career. We started in 88, 89, our second coming back with a television show, and started doing the yo-yo. And it was remember the old Duncan demonstrators, the early days, you come by the schools and would you'd do the contest. And I started doing it when I was about 45. And got pretty good, and all these old yo-yo guys would come out and teach me all these great tricks. And the kids started loving them. We got this younger crowd going, and Dickie, my brother Dickie, does the voice of Yo, which is a play-by-play announcer, like a baseball announcer, because a yo-yo never does exactly what you're going to say. It's like the ball, there's no script written for the ball on television. That's what's so good about television.
I want to ask you just a couple more questions, but I'm definitely going to ask you to. As a matter of fact, my producer.
Where'd you get a name like Wash?
Well,
that's none of my business. How'd I get a name like Smothers?
People always say that. I got a lot of things to go with that name, Wash. When as I'm a disc jockey initially, and of course I started playing with my name when I found out that my name was funnier than most people. I said Wash, the man so mean, the man so clean. They had to name me Wash. The man so mean, the man so clean. It's known as Houston's solution to air pollution. Wash is my name. So it goes on and on. But I'm here talking to you.
Also from St. Louis. I was St. Louis. My grandfather raised me pretty much, and he was from St. Louis. We were raised in California, but when I grew up, I learned to talk. We didn't say wash, we said wash.
Ooh.
Everything was wash with an R in it. George Washington, the washing machine. And it took me a while to learn to say wash. I said wash right, so I won't call you wash. I'll call you wash.
I'm glad you told me that, because I have some people say that about. I told my producer Judy Foster, and I said that lady calls me wash, and you just mentioned it. I know.
From Midwest. That's where it comes from. St. Louis, Midwest, Kansas City, that area. That's where they say that.
Well, that's amazing, man. But it's wash, okay?
Yeah, wash.
I want him to stand up for a minute, because
do a yo-yo.
I just want you to do something.
Okay, yo-yo is an interesting thing, because the yo-yo, 90% of the yo-yo tricks are done for making it sleep. And if you can make it sleep, now pull on back and then it comes up the palm of the hand. So if it comes up the palm of the hand, that's success. So you have, this is Rock the Baby. See? This is kind of interesting. This is called Premature Baby in the Little Tiny Cradle. And there's Eiffel Tower. So 90% of all the tricks, if you can make it sleep, you can do all these tricks. There's the Eiffel Tower. And then the loop-de-loop, and this is a good one. This is called, whoops, that's called messed up. But my brother would say, but there's one good trick, you can edit this all down, but there's that one trick that gets standing ovations everywhere.
Okay.
Except on stage.
Except on stage.
He said I won't do it on stage. It's called Harley Davidson motorcycle yo-yo trick. Harley Davidson motorcycle. This is really cool. Okay, here it goes. Okay. Boom. That's funny.
That is funny.
By the way, Wash. I'm just going to give you a plug. December 18th. I'm in a movie for a Disney movie coming on December 18th on Wonderful World of Disney with Carol Burnett and Tracy Ullman, called Once Upon a Mattress, and it's going to have a world premiere made for a movie for thing, and I play the king. I play the mute king.
The mute?
I play the queen. What's Upon a Mattress about putting the pea in the mattress? It's a test of a queen. It's an old fairy tale, but it's pretty cool. Beautiful. And so that's what I'm doing.
I can't tell when you're kidding and when you're not.
Well, so
anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah, being a good liar it takes you a long way. Yeah. No, but that's the truth. That's the truth, though.
Okay.
And my brother and I are happy to be here, and we're doing a show here for the Heritage Awards for the boys and girls country that takes care of kids here. So we like doing that stuff.
Right.
And being in Houston, and it's got to be so. People got to be so proud to be Republicans now, isn't it neat? Can you imagine how proud Republicans are?
Right.
God, I just can't wait to hug a Republican. Man, you must be so proud. And they say, Anyway, you don't have to put that in, do you?
No, I guess I'll edit that political stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I could talk to this guy all night, but we're going to have to go because I promised him I wouldn't keep him too long. But I want to thank you for allowing us to come up here and barge up here
You're
on
welcome,
you.
Wash. I wish my brother would have been here. He enjoyed it.
Okay.
But he's getting everything ready for the show tonight.
Okay, great.
He's practicing on his straight lines. So you see, a comedian's okay without a straight man, but a straight man without a comedian is an announcer.
Thank you, Tom.
You know what truth is.
Okay.
Truth is what you get other people to believe. So that's a good thought.
Thanks, Tom.
Good luck, Wall Street.
There you have it, everybody.
Okay.
Tom Smothers.